Hey guys, I'm at the TA here in, well, it's actually the Petro, but TA Truck Service here in Glendale, Kentucky. For those of you guys who don't know, you might think of it as the Elizabethtown one. It's just south of Elizabethtown. Let me tell you what happened today when they stole almost $2,000 from me. And then we'll tell you how we actually fixed the truck. Well guys, let me tell you how the day started. I got up, I had just done a reset. Actually my reset was over, I've been here in Glendale, Kentucky. My reset was over last night, or this morning about 3 o'clock. But I had to be up in Louisville at 8 o'clock appointment. So I got up, went to leave, and I noticed actually when I was walking around the truck, kicking the tires and everything, doing the pre-trip, that it was making a noise under the hood. A little bit of a weird noise, concerned me a little bit. So everything, I started going. I'm only going right up to Louisville, right up the road for my first stop, and the truck, as soon as you hit the throttle, making a loud whining noise. Clearly something in the accessories, you know, belt driven on the front, I thought. So I thought about just going and making the delivery and checking it out, and then I was worried. A lot of them things can cause a lot of damage if they go bad. You know, you can bust radiators, you can bust your hood, you can bust all kinds of things if they come apart. And I decided it would be stupid to leave a place that had a shop, you know, and take a chance going down the road. And boy, I wish I had gone down the road. So after waiting not too long, you know, I checked in. I didn't wait too long, maybe an hour or so. They pulled me up to a door, and two mechanics started looking over the truck and couldn't hear where it was coming from because it was pretty loud. It was actually coming from everywhere, everywhere they go to. And then I was told it was my water pump. Almost right away, it's my water pump. I'll tell you guys towards the end why it wasn't the water pump. You cat guys probably already know, but there's a reason it wasn't the water pump and couldn't be the water pump. So we took off the first belt, which only runs the AC compressor. Took off the first belt, still made the noise. That's the AC, that means it's not the AC compressor, obviously. Good, we're able to rule that out pretty easily. So he takes off the other belt. Checks the obvious things right away, which is the alternator spinning. Spins the alternator. It sounds good. The alternator is only actually a couple months old, but that doesn't mean anything. They can go bad. Then checks all the pulleys, the tensioners, you know, the idler pulleys, the tensioners, checks everything. Nothing's making a noise, he said. Came to me, nothing's making a noise. Okay. I think it's the alternator. Okay, fine. Well, go ahead and get a new alternator, and I'm not going to give you a core. You're going to have to charge me a core charge because the other one was under warranty. So wait, I don't know, 2 to 3 hours for the new alternator to come. Put the alternator on, still makes the noise. Okay. At that point, all the pulleys have been checked. All the pulleys have been checked, the AC's been checked, the alternator's been changed and then changed back, and that's not the problem. There's only one more thing left on the whole thing. While I'm still being told it's the water pump. The water pump. Nope, can't be the water pump. When no belts are on, it doesn't make noise. Can't be the water pump. Alright, here's why it can't be the water pump. Caterpillar, what now, I don't know if they all are, but at least on the C15s, at least on mine, they are gear driven. They are not belt driven. They don't touch a belt, they don't have a pulley, they don't anything. Yeah, it's all gear driven. Can't be the water pump. Water's pumping fine. The only thing left is the fan hub, a very expensive part. Alright, we'll order a fan hub. He says, but if you order the fan hub, it's on you. Well, you said it's the only thing left, right? Yep, that's the only thing left. Yep. Yep. Okay, order the fan hub. Okay, comes in. Meantime, mechanic goes home. Now at least I have a decent mechanic. After waiting, I don't know, 2 to 3 hours or so for this fan hub to come in. wish I called his name because he was a decent guy. Fortunately, he doesn't make up the bills. He put the fan hub on, and then when it still made the noise, sorry about the flies, I had the windows down, the truck was off all day with the windows down, flies got in. Anyway, so he was told to put the fan clutch on, and he put it on, did a great job, he's a good guy. And afterwards, it still made the noise. What in the world? He said, I'm going to pop this belt off here and check your pulleys. Idler pulley, tensioner pulleys, everything like that. Okay? So he does that. I did mention it had already been done, but he said, yeah, something's wrong, we got to check it. Takes it off, spins the pulley, making all kinds of noise, making a racket just from hand spinning it. Right where the other mechanic had said that he checked it. Now this time I was actually with the mechanic when he checked it. And yeah, made all kinds of racket. I mean, this guy actually is a mechanic. So, yeah. Well, let's go on to what happened next. Well, so now the mechanic goes inside. We're getting towards the end of the day here. He got a part number off the pulley and everything. He went inside and he called whoever he calls to get the pulley. They didn't have it. Okay. Well, what's our other options here? Well, I can call Freightliner, he says, up in Louisville, which he started to, and then I told him to stop. I don't know if Freightliner in Louisville had it. I do know that I'm 60 miles from my delivery in Louisville. I mean, that's 60 miles, about 60 miles, 55 miles. I don't know how far the Freightliner dealer is. But if I had gotten it, I would have had to pay somebody to deliver it the whole way down here. Now, this is a part, I've been told it's about a $120 part, which is ridiculous in its own, but whatever, that's not the problem right now. I said, don't worry about it. Let's just put it back together. In the meantime, there's another owner-operator standing there. His name's Glenn Garrett, works for Ercon, pulls a tanker. He was waiting to get an alignment done, and he's there talking to me. He says, man, I got some pulleys out in my truck. He had replaced his. He just replaced them as general maintenance. He's clearly a big maintenance guy. I would probably buy a truck that he owned before, and that's a good thing, Glenn. But great guy. Show him here in a bit. But yeah, so he goes out. He has a pulley the exact same size as mine, except mine's 8 groove, his is 10 groove. But the diameter is the same. Everything's the same. So the mechanic, remember, now I got a good mechanic working on my truck. He goes out, had to do a couple things to get it on, and it gets on. We tested for a while, and yeah, it works great. So he gave me that part. And yeah, now let's go to billing. So I go back inside. Now I have a fan hub on the truck that it didn't need. I've spent, what would it be? At this point, well, it would have been about 9 hours I've spent in this shop. Super hot, not inside the shop, outside. It's a super hot day out there. And yeah, so I spent 9 hours. But my time isn't worth anything, is it? No. Yeah, so you go inside and get the bill and say, oh, it's a little bit cheaper than what we quoted. What? Yeah, because they didn't charge me for the full 4 hours of labor that they said they would. By the way, it took about an hour and a half. But they didn't charge me for the full 4 hours. Still charged me full price. Let's look at the bill here. So, I have a fan clutch. See that courier fee? And that's what they charged me, $150 to have the part delivered to me. Have the fan hub that I didn't need delivered to me. Yeah, so the fan hub here is $1,163. You know, I thought maybe since they screwed up so bad, they could have, you know, said, hey, you know, you do have the fan hub on your truck, but we won't charge you our markup. because, well, here's what that fan hub goes for. By the way, it was a Horton fan hub, just like this one I'm showing you here, and it came in a Horton box. So I know that's exactly what they put on the truck. Yeah, $30 for shop environmental fees, and $413 at $114.99 an hour. Yeah, 3.6 hours. No doubt total they did that, but they didn't fix the truck. Like, even if I paid when the good mechanic came in, it might have been 2 hours labor. But apparently, even though I didn't have to pay for the alternator, I still had to pay for him to put an alternator on that he diagnosed. It actually says, and I tried to get a picture of this, I couldn't zoom in on the second page, the mechanic's notes, where he said he misdiagnosed it. And then still insisted diagnosing it as the water pump. Man. Anyway, let me show you the guy here who helped me out, because he's a great guy. He deserves some recognition. So here's the man who was actually able to help me in the end. What's your name, Glenn? Yeah. Where are you from?
Louisiana.
Louisiana, yeah. Good old Southern hospitality. Well, not in Kentucky, but from Louisiana. He had a spare idler pulley. It was 10 groove, mine's 8 groove. He got the bright idea that it should work. And it did, at least temporarily, until I get up to Louisville tomorrow and fix it myself. But hey, thanks a lot, Glenn. I really appreciate everything. And yeah.
Good luck.
So $2,000 to Petro. Glenn didn't want nothing, so. Well, so now I'm shocked that they're actually going to charge me as much. I almost thought it was a joke. And the women that were working there during the day at the counter, and the woman working there tonight was super nice. But the guy came out and he automatically just starts jumping down my throat right away. And I was not being rude at this point. I just said, this is ridiculous for something that you didn't fix. You didn't fix the truck. The truck was fixed by a spare part that another owner-operator had, you know, in his truck. This guy right away he told me I should have gone somewhere else. Don't worry, buddy, I will from now on. He said a whole lot of other things, and I'm just gonna let it go. I told him I'm gonna pay with a credit card, and then I'm gonna cancel the payment on the credit card the next day. And then he threatened to call the cops on me. Whatever, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm above that. And I have a YouTube channel with a whole bunch of truck drivers that watch it. Yeah, that's you guys. And yeah, anyway, so yeah, hats off to Glenn Garrett from Ercon. Pulls the tanker. I didn't get to show his truck because it was in getting alignment when we were talking, but yeah, he's a great guy, and really the true epitome of what trucking should be and what it used to be. You know, guys helping each other out. And unfortunately, TA Petro, yeah, and it's not just me. You know, search online. This is what the TA Petros are doing. Find a mom and pop nearby, which, by the way, I tried to. There wasn't much around me. I did find 2 nearby, and unfortunately neither of them could get me in by the end of the week, because good mechanics are hard to find. I know they are. I have friends that have mechanic shops and have trouble with it, and yeah, so find a mom and pop if you can. If you're gonna go to TA Petro, man, I don't even know if they're good for changing tires anymore. You know, it's not just this bill. I've spent, I would have to look it up, but I've spent, at least in the last 2 weeks, had to be, well, let me think, how many times did I fuel? I probably spent about $2,400 in the last 2 weeks on fuel at TA Petro, and it probably would have been double that, except my driver Scott started using Love's a long time ago, and I'm pretty sure that's the route that I'm going to. Love's is cleaner. I know they're not always clean, talking about Love's is a bit, but they're usually cleaner. They usually have, you know, more food inside, at least some food choices in the middle of the night, and yeah, I think I'm going to Love's. I haven't used Flying J and Pilot for a lot of years. You know, there was a scandal years ago, and then being with Landstar, discounts weren't as good there, but Now they are at sometimes, not always, but yeah, I don't even have cards to any place but TA. I have my Comdata card, but my loyalty card is only to TA, and yeah, maybe my next short will be me cutting that thing up. Actually, I'll probably go in here and spend the $100 that I have on it that I could spend, and then use it cutting it up. And so yeah, so TA Petro, I got nothing bad to say. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. Thanks for letting me rant. Do me a favor, you truck drivers, share this with your friends. You know, I got ripped off. In the end, what was the total? I keep saying almost $2,000, and it is. It's $1,862.66. And you know, I put in the beginning that I had almost $2,000 stolen from me, and quite frankly, that was stealing money. You may have found some loophole to do it legally, but you stole the money. You are thieves. So may you rot. Well, never mind. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back with some more videos. I don't have as much downtime now because I wasted it sitting at a TA. But I got some real good videos coming up about decades of trucking, a couple good trucking companies, and you guys that are leaving the comments, I appreciate it, and keep them coming. Thanks for watching.